Okay, so recording is on. So last time we saw how to do all the updates and all that. So let's move forward here. So when you run yum auto remove, it will automatically remove it for you. Right, so we ran yum auto remove -y. When you give -y like that, it will automatically take yes for you wherever the yes is needed. Okay, so let me make sure I have it. Okay, so now the next command is if you want to see if the packages are obsolete, that means that package is not supported. Okay, so let me clear this. If I do yum list obsolete, before that you have to have a connection, internet connection here. Okay, ping google.com. So I have a good connection. I'm going to clear the screen, and if you do yum list obsolete, and what we'll do is it will run on your system and checks against the database, against the repository, online repository, and tell you that the things which are installed on your system are obsolete. So let's take a look here. Okay, so if you look at this here, it went through and all that, and it found one package here. This package is obsolete. So what we could do is, let me go ahead and try yum provides. When you run this command, it will give you the latest information of that product here, right? So I already talked about yum provides. Yum package dependencies, yum remove. Okay, I'll show you officially what that is. Okay, yum provides. But right now, if you want to take a look at which packages are obsolete, this is the information it will give it to you. Okay, so let me clear the screen. Now the next command is yum -- show updates. Okay, actually show duplicates, list available. What this will do is this will show a list of packages which are available from the repo also. Okay, so when you hit enter, okay, so when you hit enter here, for example, when it says base, this means this package is installed. I'm sorry, Now, if the package has an underline, that means this is installed here. So let's see what else is underlined here. So we have this package is underlined. Whichever package is underlined, it will tell you that these packages are installed on your system right now. So let's see here, zlib underscore 386 and system devel. You know what, this system is not showing everything here. If you want to see a lot of scrolling here, what you do is you go into Windows here and then give this a bigger number here. I'm going to give like 1,000,000. So when you run it, you could scroll like many pages up. So all these are install packages. I told you before, there are so many packages that are already installed and running in the background. They are part of our operating system, okay? So some of these things you don't really have to worry about it because they are part of operating system. So let's see here. I'm gonna grep for Firefox and we'll find out the list of Firefox. Okay. So if nothing is installed, it won't have any underlines on it. Okay. But if something is installed, no, I'm sorry. These are the list you get. These are all the different packages you could currently install from the repository. So let's take a look here. If you look at this here, this is probably the latest version here, right? Now if you look at this here, sometimes it's possible that you want to install the older version if this Firefox is using your some applications. You know, it is possible that your company may have some older applications which is using the older versions. Okay, so this is the list. You could go on and get it here and says, okay, I know the latest version is available, but I don't want to have a latest version because that's not my requirement. I want to install this version here. Okay, so what you could do is you could search for it and install it. Actually, you could download it locally, then you could install it. I'll show you how you could do it, download it locally and install it. Okay, if you do yum install Firefox, it will install the latest and the greatest one. Yum install using yum install Firefox. So I'm going to make a note here. This will install the latest available package / software. Okay, so now what you do is you run this here. Get the list of packages which are available to install from repo and still support it. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this here. Okay, so I'm going to come back here, and then I'm going to show you how to install, how to physically download the package, then install it again. Did I show that already? No, I didn't show that. Okay, so we'll come back in here again. Let me install Firefox for now. I want to bring that yum install Firefox. It's not working. Yum. No. Okay. INS. Yum install Firefox. -y. Okay guys, remember this, if you do -y, then it won't stop you and ask for the confirmation. It will automatically do it for you. Sometimes this is good, sometimes this is bad. We'll talk about that, why it is bad sometimes, why it is good sometimes, when we do some scripting. Okay, so let me run the previous command. What was the previous command? Yum show duplicates list available. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter here. So hopefully it runs through and then give us the one which is installed here. Uh-oh. It's not normally what will happen if the one package which is installed, it will be underlined here. So why is it not showing underlined? Okay. Oh God. I'm gonna exit here for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna go into settings, default settings, load, Windows. I'm gonna give a big number. Go back here, select and save. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in there. Why is it not showing here? grep Firefox. What? Okay, we'll come back to this here, but let's assume if this is installed here, right? If this package is installed, the latest one, what I'll do is it will be underlined. This will come up a little later here, maybe. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like this one, if this one is underlined here, not everything will be underlined. This part will be underlined. So it's installed right now. I don't know why it's not showing up here. It might show up later, but that's how you will figure out, okay, the package is underlined here. Maybe it's not showing up here if I do grep. Let me do, if I just do this here. Come on. Okay, so I'm gonna go for look where the Firefox. Okay, here. When I'm doing grep, it's not showing up here, right? In fact, it is showing up here when something is underlined like this. Okay, that means out of all these packages, this is the one which is installed right now. Okay, hopefully that is clear for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this part here, grep, when you're practicing it. Okay, so that's about it for that. Now the next one is, if you want to search using the term, okay, if you want to what you could do is yum search Firefox, and let's see what will be the result. Okay, so what it's doing here is it's bringing up the name and the summary match, which is bringing up here. So it brings up the latest version of the Firefox which is available. Maybe not. So it's just bringing up the name and summary information here. Let me do HTTPD. Okay, so it's bringing up bigger information here. Okay, but I'm not worried about it, so let's just stay with this here. If you want to just use the term, this is what you use. Search the term. I'm not using this day in and day out, so the ones I'm using day in and day out, I will highlight that, okay? So you don't have to worry about all those here. And if you want to know the list of all the packages, you type clear yum list all. Okay, this is gonna list everything in the repository. If somebody has put in like a junk file in the repository, it will show up in here. All the from repo. Okay, so all you have to do is yum list all. So let me see grep for Firefox. Okay, so it's giving you only the latest information, I think. Okay, that's not too much there. So what I'm going to do is let me remove yum auto remove Firefox. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear here and let's download Firefox locally here. Okay, so yum so we all know that this one is automatically downloaded, right? I mean the latest version is automatically downloaded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and download the number 8. So you have to make sure if you install this, it will not work because this is a 32-bit. and this one is a 64-bit. So what you have to do is you have to copy this part, okay, and go back here. Usually you just have to do hyphen, yum 64-bit hyphen, and yum Firefox hyphen, and then over here, then copy this part here, okay?
Zafar, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Can we also publish or push, like, say, Firefox to another server right from here? Or am I thinking ahead?
Yeah, we could definitely do that. So we learned the copy command here, right? So later on, there will be a SCP. SCP is secure copy. That's you copy between two servers. You could definitely download and provide the location.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the package name. How do I get the package name here? You have to go back up here and use this as a template here, the one I showed you about kernel. Where is that? Okay, here normally this is how the package is broken up. Maybe not. Okay, here. Once you've been working in Linux for a while here, you know how the package is listed, the name and all that. See this one here is the latest one here, right? All I did was got the information here and change it around, and this is the format they're using it. So I'm gonna do yum so yum install. No, to download locally, what you have to do is yum install, then you have to give the switch hyphen download only, okay? And then name of the full package. If you give only this information here, look, all these has same information here. It's not telling you which version. If you give only this information here, then it will download the latest one. But now over here I'm specifying yum download only Firefox, and then which version I'm saying is number 8 here, 68.8.01, right? So, and then I made sure I'm not using the 32-bit one. So I do this and I'll hit enter. So what, yum install. Download only Firefox. I'm going to take out this information and see what happens. Firefox. Okay, so okay, hold on. Download, install an older version. Now don't go to Mozilla support here. So it's not giving me download the older option here. Why is it not doing that? Exiting download only specified. Okay, let's not worry about the older version here. New version is fine. If you do ls here, we don't know where did it download it. Okay, so what you could do is the default download directory is if you go into cd var cache yum and x86 and okay, so it goes into updates. Okay, and then let me go into there. Yeah, it goes into the packages directory. Okay, here's the one we downloaded here. If you do ls-l, you could see the date stamp on it. So why is it saying August? It's not showing the LSMLTRH. Okay, anyway, this is the package that it downloaded. You could see it downloaded the latest version here. But if you want to download wherever you want, you have to give the location. If I do this, what will happen? Yum download early and the period. Guys, I told you what period means, right? Anybody?
Downloads in the same directory.
Yeah, and also called as?
The present working directory?
Yeah, that's it. PWD, you're going to be using it here. So you don't have to specify the exact location here, wherever you are. When you hit enter, it's going to download wherever the directory is. So what this means is you're giving the source where you want to get it downloaded from. And if you do ls here, you see the download version here. What the? Okay, so over here, what you have to do is --, download directory. DOWNLOADDIR equals. Okay, this is, I'm telling it to download this in this directory here. So let me see if it's going to work. Okay, so it looks like it downloaded. Still didn't do it. I think it's Firefox comes in the end. Yeah. What is happening here? Yum install download only. Install size, background downloading package, and exiting because download only specified. Yum install download only. Download dir. Maybe I have to remove the period from here and then enter. So I did a mistake here. I just typed in Firefox as a generic term and installed all the brought down all the dependencies here instead of bringing in the package here. So let me run rm-rf asterisk clear this. So Firefox dot x86 underscore 64. Let me see what happens here. It did the same thing. If you get stuck here, what you type is, type the man pages, go into man pages, and it will help you with that. The syntax, whatever you're typing may be wrong. So install is gonna give you all this update, check. So remove, erase, auto remove, provides, groups. Okay, don't update, just download. This is done in the background, so the yum lock is released for the other operation. This can also be chosen by typing D at the transaction confirmation. Specifies an alternative. Okay, so this is all good here. Give me 1 second here, guys. Oh, okay. Actually, there is a plugin. I think I have to install it before I really install it. Download. Yeah, now I remember it. So the download only is not working as good because I need to. There is a plugin you need to install here. So let me clear this. Yum install Yum plugin download. Yes. Okay, don't stress too much what is going on here because you don't need to do all this every day. So what I'm going to do is I'm surprised why is it doing this here. Okay, one more time. RMF and RF. Asterisk. Clear. So I'm going to get rid of this here in the end. And then what I'm going to do is just hit enter here. See what happens. AI is bringing up all the dependencies too. It's not bringing up the Firefox at all. Is it? Yeah, it's right here. You know what? Actually, whatever it is doing is right. I'm thinking it the wrong way here. So if you want to, before that, you need history, right? So I'm gonna put down here, install the plugin. And now, so I ran this command. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, before I install it locally here, usually what you do is you want to find out what are the changes it's going to make, okay? So you type rpm -qlp and then you type Firefox and then give the information here. So the list it will give you is before you install, it will give you all this information here that wherever, what files and folders is going to make the changes. Okay, so this is the RPM way to do it, I think, yeah. Okay, so actually I'm going to move this up here. This is the RPM way to do it, okay? So for the yum way to do it, remember it's possible sometimes you may have to use RPM here, like in this case, but I haven't used RPM recently, many years. So how do you check using yum? So I'm gonna say yum local install. I shouldn't have. Okay, this is the only. Okay, even for yum, this is the only way to see where it's installing it. So you have to use the RPM command. Okay, so if you want to install it, then you do yum local install. Okay, then name of the package here, Firefox. So what this is going to do is now all the dependencies are locally installed also. It won't have problem copying those and executing those local dependencies. Okay, and you type yes. Okay, guys, there are things I'm doing it day in and day out, but at the same time I'll stumble onto new things while I'm teaching. So if you guys want to learn something, you start teaching to others, and you will definitely you will definitely learn more here, because life is teaching you every day. It's not like I mean, you guys are what I'm talking about. I don't want to get philosophical, but so that's what it is here. And if you want to go ahead and start teaching here, go this documents. I'm gonna put all the other classes I have here. There are like bunch of documents here. You could like save it locally and then start teaching to somebody. Then you will get it more. But anyway, so as I'm doing this, I'm correcting myself here and learning myself here. I'm not doing this every day, but these are some essential things you should know. If something comes up, you should be able to look it up. Okay, so now the Firefox is installed. So how do you know Firefox is installed? You type which Firefox. And see the Firefox is installed there. So that's the location it's installed in. Okay, and for example, if the package is corrupted, reinstall the corrupted packages. Okay, so what will happen is sometimes you go into cd etc. etc holds like all the freaking configuration files you would ever need in here. If you want to mess up, if you want to give an application team a nightmare, go in there and delete something, okay? And you know, they will have sleepless nights in here. So all the configuration files are in here. So for example, if I delete fs tab, right? No, I don't want to delete this file. Okay, there is a Firefox file there, right? Okay, so we'll come back to what I mean by when I'm gonna do when we're gonna do like HTTPS, we'll come back to this line here maybe in like a month. But what I'll do is I'll put it right here so that we'll come back to it. Okay, so I'll give you an example then how this is being used here. So, but the command to reinstall is simple. Yum reinstall Firefox -y. So when you do this here, what it's going to do is it's going to check for what this will do is it will check, and the yum package installer is so smart, it will detect the corrupted files. Okay, it will detect the corrupted files and it will reinstall those here. It will not override it. It will only override it the configuration file or the some file which are which it detects is corrupted. Let's put it this way. I'll show you this when we're gonna set up, run Firefox in a GUI mode, and then we'll see how that works here. Okay, so all you have to do is reinstall. Or you could do this too. If you are doing it locally here, you do Firefox. Okay, then -y. If you're doing it locally, this command, it goes through the internet, it goes through the repository, and this command is local. And this is corrupted, missing, and yum detects corrupted files and only install corrupted. Yum detects installed files and only install corrupted and missing files and folder. You know what, actually let's have some fun here. So when you yum install dir, okay, I'm gonna run this command here, and we're gonna delete one directory, and I'll show you if the directory will get installed. Okay, so I know like this, it goes in here, and let's delete this entire directory. If I go into cd and if I do ls, there are a bunch of things there. If I do ls-l a Firefox, okay, it's actually looking inside that directory. So now this directory is there, and then let's see the disk space. Du Firefox. Okay, let me type H. So look at this file here. This file is it's a real a browser file. Actually, this one actually gets downloaded. I mean, this is where the browser is running from, I think. So let's mess this up. Okay, for the directories you have to use RF. Okay, and that directory doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reinstall Firefox. I'm going to go back into the previous working directory. cd- will put you back into previous working directory, right? And I'm going to do ls- or du command -h Firefox. So the directory is back. So it reinstalled. Whichever missing directory was there, it brought you back. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let's see here. So run this command. It will reinstall it for you. Okay, good. I have to do this only a few times, not too many times here, because the regular application people, they don't have access to They don't have full access. So if you're not root, you won't be able to install or delete anything like this. But it's possible the application ID could corrupt some files. So then you could do that. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the yum upgrade now. Okay, so there are two things in the software environment. One is update and other one is upgrade. Anybody know a difference between update and upgrade?
Is it upgrade is when you change it to a like higher version of the system?
Exactly.
And update is when you just add more, more plugins or whatever
Yep,
to for
yep.
the same.
You got it, man. You got it. Upgrade is different. Update is whatever you already have, it's update. So the iPhone updates you're getting, is 14, then you get 14.1. Those are all updates. If you go to, if you're going from 13 to, if you're going from the 30, or the latest is 14, right? Let me check my phone here. Yeah, you get like so many, it bugs you like 13. Latest one is what, 13 or 14 here? Give me 1 second here, guys. Where is my settings here? So iPhone comes out with updates so often. I mean, every month they come out with here. So the latest one is 14.1. So 14.1 was a major upgrade, because what will happen is it will actually give you bigger widgets and all that. Okay, previous one, if you're stuck in 13, it won't allow you to do that. So upgrade is like a major overhaul. Okay, so we are running CentOS 7, right? CentOS 8 will be upgrade. On the hardware, if you have iPhone 11 and if you want to upgrade it, then you will get iPhone 12. That's what it is. Upgrade is like getting the whole new system. So we're gonna only deal with the upgrade here. So there are two ways we're gonna do the upgrade here. The upgrade I'm gonna show you is gonna be let's see here. First, what we'll do is we'll do the system-wide update here. So what I'm gonna do is so actually this should be a different section. Okay, so system-wide update. Let's do update first. So what will happen is if you want to do the update, you know what, before that, everybody shut this down. Shut down your system, and then let's make a clone here. we're gonna make two clones here, okay? So this one, I'm gonna say clone, and then I'm gonna say system update. System wide update. System hyphen wide update. System wide update, okay? And then I'll click next, and then I'll clone it.
Would you mind repeating that step again? Like you were kind of going really fast. I'm trying to follow your steps at the same time.
Right
It's
click,
kind of hard. For
right click,
Yeah.
shut the system down first.
Okay, sir. Okay, clone. Next.
And then rename the practice to system hyphen wide hyphen update.
You said wide?
Wide, WID, system wide
Okay. System wide
update.
update.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let it clone.
Hey, we're doing a full clone or link clone? Full clone, okay.
Always full clone, please.
Okay.
Okay, I'll wait up. At least one of you give confirmation, then I'll move to next one.
I'm cloned.
Okay, you have a fast computer. So go back to the practice again. Right click here, clone. Here, let's do kernel only update. Kernel only hyphen update. Okay, now the third one. For the third one, right click here, practice again, clone. Then we're gonna type GUI, GUI upgrade, UPGRAD. This time we're gonna do like a big upgrade. And then next, and then let's do the full clone. All right, let's take a 10-minute break starting right now. And then after 10 minutes, we'll get together again, okay? So let me pause the recording. Okay, so the recording is on. Okay, so now what we'll do is, let's see here. So go ahead and leave the practice off. Go ahead and turn the one that says system wide update, okay? bring that back up. So you have to log in directly and check the IP address, okay? Because IP address will be different. One 192.168 56.250. Uh-oh. Okay, you know what? I think the IP address will remain the same since we have added the static IP address 250. That's why. Okay, I'm not worried about that IP address at this moment. So I'm going to minimize that. Go ahead and log in. You know, before I move forward, there is also one more command here. Undo. Insert below. There is one more command. You have to use the skip broken here, okay? So give me one moment. Man yum. Okay. Okay, good. So what this is install package which are causing escape package which are causing resolve dependent solve problems by removing package that are causing problems for transaction. Okay. Okay, so this is informational only. I haven't used this, but I thought you should know this here. Most of the time, if the package is not working, you're not going to play around and work with it. If you're going to troubleshoot something more than 10-15 minutes, then it's not worth it. Okay, you just redo the installation from snapshot. So that's a different team you have to just send an email. Okay, I'm messing around with this for a while. Just restore from the backup. Okay, that's all you have to do. I'm gonna quit here. So if you want to do it, you do yum install and -, skip broken. And name of the package -y. So what I'll do is I will just go ahead and install skipping the broken packages here. So I told you yum package installer is pretty smart here. So if it comes up like this here, nothing to do, that means it does not update install package. Examining. So it examined and then it says nothing is broken, so it didn't install. So actually this is the one I should have showed you earlier here. So let me cause some problem here. You know, I'm wasting time here. So that's just informational here. Don't worry about that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do system-wide update here. So I'm going to put this in the screenshot here just so you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is if you want to see the installed packages, yum list installed. I think I already showed you this here. Okay, no. Okay, so what this will do is this will bring up the installed packages here. So what I have to show you here is so if you want to see the installed packages, you do yum list all. Okay, so in here I'll just put it in here. You're not seeing it here, but this is It's giving you some information here, color coded information here. So if the package is if you see, okay, we see a package here, it's in red color, and one of them is underlined, okay, and underlined. Okay, maybe in here, if the package, do you guys see anything that's the package is in bold? All right, so I changed a lot of settings in here, so it's not showing here. But here's the thing: if the package is showing in bold when you run this list, you know, an update in repo is available. So give me 1 second here. Don't worry about this command. Okay. An update in repo is available. Okay, and if you see bold and underline, that means it's a current kernel only. So if you do a like yum list installed only, this one is actually bold and underlined. We can't see this because of putty. So if it's bold and underlined, that means it's a current kernel. And if the package is showing in red, that means a package is installed but it's not in repo. Usually so if it's not in a repo, let's see where the red one was. So this one is installed locally, but it's not in repo. That's what it means. Okay, and if the package is in yellow, okay, then the new package is available. Okay, so now there is another one, another command you could use. You use yum list available. AVAILABLE. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, if something is in blue, that means the update is available for this package, okay? If it's in blue. And if it's in red, it's not showing what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm not worried about this here. So let's see here. So let's go ahead and do the update here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you about the group packages. Should I? So let's run this command here. Yum check hyphen updates. Okay, so this is one of the obsolete package here, so it's no longer used. So it's going to be removed here. And when we're going to run yum updates, these are the packages which are going to get updated here, okay? And let's see if it's going to update the kernel too. Okay, guys, take a look here. This is very important. This is this is the new kernel. Okay, now hold on, let me do so this will provide the current this will provide current listed packages that will be updated. So of all the packages, this one is very important here. Okay, so now you have to be careful when you're doing an update. The kernel is getting updated here, because if the kernel gets updated, then it will become an upgrade. Okay, if the kernel okay, so let me clear the screen. So the current kernel, okay, so yum no, the current kernel is who-r. I'm sorry, uname -r. Okay, this is the current kernel version, and look closely, the number is different. Okay, let me clear this. And here okay, here this part is the same. Okay, this part is the same, but this is very critical part here. We are going from 10.0.62 to 11.27, and it's gonna do serious update. 10.0.62 is actually, this part is going 11.27 point this. Okay, this part is gonna 10.0.62 is gonna get replaced with 11.27.19 here. So let's go on internet and take a look here. Okay, so when I told you guys to download the new CD, right? The operating system start of the class. So the start of the class, I told you to download the CD, and we'll take a look at the CD number here. Okay. Okay. So I asked you guys to install the version 1908, okay? So ISOs, hold on. Aha. So here's the list here. These are all the kernels here, right? So let me grab that. So 2003 ISO. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is 7.1.1 1908 kernel. CentOS 7 kernel versions list. It's pathetic. Let's see. Sometimes Wikipedia has very good information. CentOS, no man, I'm not. I'm looking for kernel versions. Okay, all right. So let's copy this information here. Now 7.10.127 11.26 here. Wow, even the newer one is 1160 is here. Okay, so we're not worried about that. The system is automatically doing that. So Okay, so okay. So right now, this is our current version. Okay, and this will so when you're doing the system updates, make sure you just can't simply do the kernel updates, okay? So you don't normally run this here, the command which I'm going to show you, it will update the system here. So this will be considered as a system upgrade.
Wait, why did you say this will be considered a system upgrade instead of an update?
Yeah, so if you look at closely here, this is, if you, okay, let's go back up here where I talked about the, so within the operating system, there are, you get upgrades also. So this is the kernel current, so this is the Red Hat version. Okay, so this is not still version. Major version is 3. Major release is 10. And then within a Red Hat, this is considered a system update because it will update the kernel here. Kernel is nothing but a seed. So it's going to update the seed of the operating system. Okay, so it is important for you. So this will be 3 also, then 10, 0, 127, 1127, sorry, and EL Enterprise Linux 7, x86_64. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the blanket update here. Okay, everybody, all you have to do is yum update. So make a note here, everybody go ahead and type 10.02. Okay, so you do yum update -y. It's not going to stop anything. It's going to go. Before that, let me see how many packages it's going to install or upgrade. Okay, so it says it will install 2 new packages and then it will upgrade 141 packages. Okay. All right, go ahead and run it, everybody. So this is going to be a system-wide update. Okay, look here, it says installing kernel. So it installed the kernel too. So our CD is not the same CD anymore. Our CD is now 2003. Our CD version was 1908, right? Our CD version was 1908. Now it's 2003. I should have kept this here. This is good information also. Uh-oh. What the? Yeah, it's still going on. By the way, the updates are done like in the middle of a night, and usually, what happens? Update. If you're working in a big place, they're usually done by India, an offshore team. They all they do is nothing but sit around and do updates. But if you end up working in a small place, then you may end up doing this. Some days you may end up working in the middle of a night, and don't be surprised you end up doing this. To be honest with you, when I worked for Apple, I never did updates. It was TCS doing updates. But now the smaller place, you may end up doing updates. You never know. What happened to the date? Oh, I see what the problem is. There's like a tab in here, that's why. Okay, now it should work. Oh, God. Actually, this is wrong.
If we wanted to go back to an older version, is there a way to do that?
Very good question. Who are you already in IT? What is happening with you? Who's that?
This is Burhan.
Yeah, that's the next topic here. Very good, very good. Let's see. Okay, so it has done updates here. Okay, so you know what? Let me close the window. Okay, so now what happened was update is complete. Okay, I'm gonna copy this and okay, I was gonna get the size of the package. Give me 1 second here. I'm just running it for a second. Don't run it again. I thought it would have given me the size of the packages, right? Finished. Okay, yeah, total download size. Okay, you gotta be, this thing matters a little later, not as much. It's only 258 megabytes. It's nothing. Okay, so now what will happen is, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restart the system. And I'll demonstrate that how the new kernel is in the system here. So I'm going to restart the system, init6. Okay, the system restarts. Okay, now you see two kernels available for our system here. Okay, one is 10.62 and other one is 11.27. Okay, so whenever, if the system fails the kernel update, what you have to do is you have to change it back here. So I'll show you how you do that. But about the success rate for updates going through without any problem is about 99%. 99% of the time the updates goes through without any problem. The only problem you would have is you haven't done regular updates in like 1 year or 2 years, then it may cause problem. Okay, but even in that scenario the success rate for update is very high in Linux environment. Okay, so okay, this you guys see that, right? This is the new version is gonna automatically take it effect. Okay, so now for example, if you wanted to go back to the old update, old kernel, if there is an issue, then this is what you do. You can see new kernel as well as old kernel. Okay, if you want you can use old kernel also. Old kernel if there is issue after the kernel update. And kernel update is considered a security update. So it is recommended you update the kernel as soon as the kernel comes out, okay? Okay. So now let's talk about kernel. I think I already talked about kernel, right? Yeah. I'm gonna copy and paste this part just because we are talking about kernel here. This is very important piece of information, how the kernel is maintained and managed. Okay, so let me copy this here also. Okay. Okay, good. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and restart root. So this system, go ahead and shut it down. Go ahead and shut it down. We don't need this anymore. So we did system-wide updates here. Now what you want to do is you might want to bring the kernel only update here. Okay, go ahead and click on it. When we go back, this area doesn't have the kernel updated, so we're gonna go and do the kernel updates. So what happens is, it's possible that your company doesn't need all the updates, but your company definitely need the kernel update. So let me grab the screen. Let me grab the screen now. So I've seen if the company is not ready, the first thing they would do is at least update the kernel. Okay, the minimum thing you could do is to update the kernel, but it is very important you just don't rush into updating kernels either. Okay, so this is gonna be in here. So what I'm gonna do is if only kernel update is required, Okay, so this is what you do. So you log back into, I think the IP address is still the same. Oh, it changed. .256, 192.68.50, that 256. Okay, yeah, okay. So let me close the other window. I'm logging in here, root, Red Hat. Okay, so the command if you want to do is yum list available kernel. Okay, there you go. It runs this and then gives you that information here. Okay, so if you go back in here on the list here, this is not right. This is wrong information here. I have 7.0. Is 2003. 2003, okay? And if you look at this here, the information we saw online here, and 2009, the kernel, okay, it's not showing here, okay? So sometimes the repo is not up to date here. It all depends where the repo is. CentOS 7.9. Two is 7.9. So Wikipedia is saying on September the new kernel was released, which is 11.60. Okay, but it's not showing here. Okay, if you look at this kernel, it was released about 31 days ago, so it's too new. is very, very new to be able for you to start putting in your system here. Don't do that, okay? And if you want, you could physically download that. But for our class, I'm not worried about that here. So this is where we're going to stop here. And this is what the repo is saying is the latest version, which is you could download it comfortably, is 11.27. So now I'm going to do is simple command yum update kernel -y. Before that, I'm going to do uname -r. Okay, I grab this information. Oh, God. Now actually update kernel now. So yum update kernel -y. Actually let me just do kernel because I want to look at the output. Okay, so here, oh wow, look at the size is 50 megabytes. That's a big size still. Install size is 64. Download size, okay, download is compressed and installed is 64 megabytes. So I'm going to put this information in here so that you guys will know. Yes. You got a question?
Yeah, what does D do when on? Is this okay?
I'm sorry, what?
What does D do? It asks you to type Y and for yes or no. What is D?
D is for download.
Okay.
Okay, kernel is updated. If you do uname -r, it says still the old kernel. So kernel, when you do kernel, one of those things is it needs a reboot. So I'm gonna do init6. So I'm gonna reboot and hit enter. Now you should have like three. There you go. This is what I was gonna do it. Okay, let me capture the screen. Okay, so you have a brand spanking kernel here, which is considered a security update. I think I already told you a minute ago. So let me log in here, root. Let me clear this, and if you do uname -r, then latest kernel is installed. Okay, and where is the kernel sitting? cd/boot and do pwd lsf and l. This is where the kernel is sitting here. Okay, so which file is that? I'll show you. We have to grep for the VM. Okay, so we'll talk about this later in a rescue mode, but let's okay, so this is a rescue mode, and this one is the old kernel and this is the new kernel. So where is it sitting? All this information is sitting in the in this folder here. When we're going to talk about the system initialization, I'm going to talk about this location here. Okay, we're going to come back to this location. So this is the new kernel, and this one is the old kernel. Okay, and this is the rescue mode. There are always two kernel here. The minimum one you would have is 2. Okay, but we'll talk about that rescue mode and all that a little later. I don't want to spoil that now. Okay, so reboot. The new kernel will be set as default, a default kernel. Okay, now if something happens, the system goes into rescue mode here, what you could do is you could go ahead and change the kernel location here. So let's see here. So the file the file which is making the default kernel is default kernel is set in the following file. So actually this file is a script, okay? I'm gonna do is cat, no, I'm gonna go vi/etc/grub2.cfg. Okay, in here what you do is look at this here. Look at how this file is coming up, and this is actually the execution of the menu. This is the menu actually, I think. Yeah. I'll talk about this a little later too. So where is the kernel? Menu. Okay, you see menu entry here, right? And okay, right here. So this one is so this part is the old version, okay, and if I go up here, volume CentOS Linux 3.10. Okay, here is this is one of the other menu entry here, okay, and it should show you the menu restriction, menu ID. Okay, so I'm gonna run this command here. So awk. I'm searching through the file. I can't see something here, right? So remember I talked about awk. If you want to search through the file, awk. Most of the time that's what I use, awk. So I'm gonna search in the file here, right? This file is for, you use this awk and cut command and all those. You use this for grabbing the information. I'm gonna use awk -f. If you don't know how to use it, you come back here and use the formula, okay? You have to use awk -f, and then I'm gonna say slash, and then over here it got like a delimiter, right? So that's what information I'm gonna give you. Slash 1 space, and then print $1, $2, dollar menu entry, I'm logging in twice here, so let me go vi/etc/ grub2, right? So I'm doing a pattern. I'm telling it to search for menu entry. Here, $1 equal. I'm giving the menu here. I'm going to tell it to search in here, okay? Search for this in that. Then when you find this, print. When you find it, print print $2, and the file I'm looking into, etc grub2.cfg. Something is wrong here. Minus menu. We're almost done here, okay? Hold on. MENUENTRY. Soon I'm gonna start scripting here. All this will make sense. Really? grub2.config. awk hyphen F MENUENTRY. CFG grub etc grub. Well, it's not happening here, but here's the way. If you want to set the default, set the default here. Here's the command: grub2 dot grub2 set default hyphen set default. Okay, 1. Okay, in here in the picture, in a computer world, everything starts with 0 and ends with 9. So number 1 is 0, number 2 is 1, number 3 is 3. So I'm going to set the grub default to 1 here because it's in the second in line. And if I hit enter, what? Grub2.
You spelled default wrong.
Okay, yeah. Set default. Thank you. 1. So the default is set. So I'm going to do is reset. So what it's doing here is when the system is restarting, the number 1 is highlighted. Whichever one is highlighted is going to take that as an entry. Okay, and I'm going to say restart, and then I'm going to capture the screen. There you go. The second one is highlighted here. Okay, so you saw that before I moved the mouse, you saw that the second was highlighted. So this is how you go back to the old kernel. Usually it's time being for troubleshooting stuff. If the system gets stuck or something, this is what you do. Okay, so actually I put this here. Okay, so the system is there. Before I end, so yeah, so go ahead and let it go. And if you reconnect again, the old okay, root Okay, and if you do get default, right? No, if you do uname -r, okay, so the old version is back. So what does it default means? If you restart the system many times, it's gonna stuck in the old version. Okay, to change it back to the new version, do this here. Change it to new version, run this command. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and shut this one down, and then before 2 more minutes, then we are done for the day. Okay, bring up the one that we created here, GUI upgrade. Okay, bring that one back up. Okay, so the IP should be the same. Why is the IP staying same for all the systems here? Because we can specifically give the static IP, that's why. Okay, if you want to do the update, right, you want to install the if you want to install the graphics modes, you type this command here, yum group install genome -desktop x11 fonts -y. Okay, go ahead and do that. Before that, uname -r. Okay, I capture that. We'll see what will happen after that. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna go ahead and enter. So everybody look at this command here. Go ahead and type in your system, and then we are done for the day. It will take a good amount of time. It will probably run for like a couple hours. But in a faster system, it should be done in 1 hour, okay? And hit enter. I'm not giving Y here because I want to see how much is going to install here. Before that, you guys don't know about this command here, dff and h. But what this command shows you is I'll talk about this command here. So look at the size in here. The size of the operating system is only 1.8 gigabytes here, okay? Because we are not using the desktop, the graphics version. So go ahead and run this command. Yum group install genome desktop x11 fonts -y. Okay, go ahead and run that. No, don't do, okay, you guys do run y, but I'm not doing it because I want to see the size is going to download. So I should capture that in the document here. All this is running from the repository. It's going on to the internet and doing it. So it says here that the package it has is 193 dependent and 12 dependent. So it's an upgrade. It's telling you it's an upgrade. So I'm going to cancel here. I'm going to clear, I'm going to bring the line back up, and then I'm going to do -y so that I don't have to come back, and it may or may not ask you to do the updates yet. So I'm going to go ahead and to do enter, and then it should do the installation. Okay, that's it. We are done for the day. And then let it run, and then we'll come back again tomorrow and take a look. Okay. All right, if you guys have any questions, put it in the chat, please.